Hello everybody, my name is Aftermath and here are my predictions. Here's the thing, last time people said, I copied Luminous. I copied people from YouTube. Chances are, you're right. I've seen those videos before I made my predictions and they got a little bit influenced by them. So you know what, this time, I haven't actually watched any. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make my predictions as I would 100% make them myself. Being a complete fanboy that has absolutely no idea about any of the tier 2, tier 1.5 and tier 3 teams of this tournament, and be completely and utterly biased by what was on last time around 4 months ago. This is gonna be fun, because nothing of this is going to happen, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I knew OG would have won last major. And I was right. And I'm not gonna let anybody say, hey, you only did this because other people said it. No, I'm an OG fanboy. I do this because OG is the best team in the world. So let's start with a current prediction. The total number of games played. Look, this is the international. People will usually take all they have and try to throw it out there. It's fairly rarely very one-sided as long as the tournament continues. So I'm going to go with 98 to 102. I think that's safe. A 3-digit playing amount of games could happen. It's going to be... It depends on the seeding, but it could happen, and I would love to have so many games happening. Total numbers of heroes picked. Again, I think it's going to be 80 or into 90, not going to go to 100. The reason for that is that it looks a little bit less varied than a year or two ago. But not enough to say that only 70 or 60 heroes will be picked. Usually it's always about this number. Many heroes get a single one game that they excel in because they just happen to fit in that situation really well. Now, total number of heroes bans. Okay, we are going to have 61 to 70 heroes. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of hate bans here. I don't think that we are seeing a variant bans against singular heroes that one team only plays enough to warrant more than that. I don't think that the amount of heroes banned will be equal to the amount of heroes picked. I think that some heroes will just be picked and nobody expected them, and as a matter of fact, that's why they couldn't have been banned, because nobody expected them. 61 sounds safe. Below 60 would be fairly unusual. That would mean that the whole game and the whole tournament becomes fairly stale and people just want to ban very strong roles. I don't think it's going to happen. Most combined team kills in the game. Look, there's going to be a massacre. Combined total kills over 100. I'm going to go as far as saying 100 to 110. So why I'm saying this is because we have teams that will completely massacre each other. I 100% always think in every international there's going to be that 120-minute game that just can't be finished. And in that game, people will die. Last game of the tournament, I said 100 minutes, I'm going to stick to 100 minutes. There's going to be that one game, and that game will have it. So, last time I did 10 to 15 minutes, that never happened. I'm gonna do 15 to 20 minutes, because it seems fair. Even if Secret stomps with a Chen tactic again, usually the game is not over before 20 minutes. So, let's try this. Most kills by a singular hero in one game. Look, Templar Assassin's gonna get over 20 kills in one game. Any game. I don't know who plays Templar Assassin in that game, but it's gonna happen. And as this direct result, I think 20 to 22 seems to be the most close to reasonable. Most deaths by a single game. In the same game, probably a support will feed up to 11 times. No pro ever really likes to die more than 10 times. So, I think 9 to 11 is fair choice. 12 to 14 would be a disaster. People don't tilt so hard usually. They know how to fix their playstyle, what they did wrong. I don't, that's why I die more often. But even I have problems dying more than 15 times in a half an hour game. Or longer. And I try really hard to be shit at this game. Most assists by a hero in the game. Assists are really easy. I wonder if there's going to be a Zeus or Chen that just farms assists with his ultimate. I think having 28 to 31 is not unreasonable. If we talk about a long game where so many kills have... Now, actually, let's turn it down a notch. 20 to 23 is not unreasonable. It's going to happen a few more times that we go above 20, but I don't think we're going to go far enough above 20 that it matters too much. And the highest hero by GPM by hero in one game is going to be 1000 plus, because there's going to be this alchemist that just farms. And this alchemist will have over 1000 GPM. Or maybe we have another 750 lasted morphling after 45 minutes. Who does know that? We don't. Maybe we have that, and 1000 GPM seems fair. Let's go with the heroes. With the most... Oh god, this is going to be fucking hard. No, you know what? Let's go with the players. The players with the highest average kill count. Shit. I'm gonna go with Miracle. Miracle is still my... I like to put him everywhere because he has the most consistent playstyle. Player with the most kills in the game. Last time wasn't Miracle. But I'm gonna put up Miracle anyway, because, like, again, he's a very consistent player, and I'm pretty sure his mid lane, or whatever role he is going to play in this tournament, is going to be very consistent and will have quite a few high amounts of kills, maybe even the highest amount of kills. Of course, this is a little bit arbitrary, seeing that any player at any point in any game could be that most kills done ever by just simply having a really good game or stomping hard and playing a Spectre or anything like that. So this is a little bit arbitrary. I don't think I can really predict that, so I'm just gonna go with consistency. Lowest death average. No, that's going to be fun. I don't really know a lot about some of those teams, but when I have to go with lowest average, I want to go with a consistent player that really doesn't like to die, and preferably doesn't play a support role. Now, albeit I say that, I still gonna pick Poppy. He's playing a support role, I know that, but he's also a very consistent support player who usually knows what the hell to do. And when he plays a very aggressive support, he could play a very aggressive support and just die a lot. But if everything works right, then Poppy is usually not the guy to die first in a fight. He has pretty good awareness about the game. I think he's a good contender for lowest death average. Highest assist average. Now, I could say Poppy again, but I don't think this gives other support players enough credits. Now, G has a very strong lineup too, and I think, just similar to last time, Universe has a really good chance of getting a really high assist average, just because of, he likes to play. And, well, maybe that's gonna happen, maybe it's not gonna happen, but I'm gonna go with Universe here. Players with the most assists in the singular game. Now, that's gonna be hard and almost arbitrary. The single highest assist in the game, well, since I say the most kills in the game is going to go to Miracle, I'm going to assume that in the very same game, Moon Meander is probably going to get the most assists in the game. I'm just joking. He's probably going to kill. No, I'm also just joking. But no, let's be a bit more serious here. I think Kuroki actually is a very good choice. Liquid plays really well, and not Moon, I said Kuroki. I was joking about Moon, Jesus. And he plays a really good role in Liquid as well, and he knows how to set up such things. He has had the experience with very aggressive players before. The highest lasted average is probably going to go to a Chinese, let's be fair. And, wouldn't know who yet. I would really not know who yet, but I'm going to find that out. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna look. The thing is, I'm not good with faces, but I'm also not good with names. My favorite show of all time, I still can't remember the names of the main cast. So in other words, I'm gonna leave this open because I don't know who the current carry of eHome is. And it kind of pisses me off. You know what? Let me Google this up. eHome carry. eHome carry. Because it really pisses me off. I wanted to choose eHome's carry, but I can't remember who it was. That is so annoying. It was 11, okay. It was 11. I wanted to choose with Fenrir, which is really weird considering it's position 5 players. It seems like I have confused 11 with Fenrir. See, I suck. I'm not even going to defend this. Highest lasted in a game is also going to go to, is going to go to old 11. Look, this guy knows how to farm, alright? I know that he knows how to farm. I've seen them play. He will farm the most lasted in this tournament. An average, more than 5 games played. They have the most GPM in a singular game. So who is very notorious for his Alchemist? Well, actually nobody. Nobody really likes to play him. But I'm gonna go with Arteezy. So the reason why I go with Arteezy is because he likes to play. He used to like to play as Naga, and he I think if I remember correctly, he was on Alchemist before, and he is a very interesting player when it comes to those heroes. He just knows what he does and how to farm on them. So Arteezy is for me because I trust his ability to just farm and win games with that. Highest GPM average, this is going to be so arbitrarily decided because I have no clue. I'm just going to go with Miracle because, again, I like to fill out slots that I don't know what to put in yet with Miracle. And the most played different heroes. I like to give this to Secret. Secret likes to draft many different heroes, usually. But who out of the Secret players will get it? Is it Puppy, EE, or Bulba? Maybe Puppy? I'm just gonna go with Puppy again. I like to give the most different heroes to Secret because Secret always has the has Puppy as a drafter. And Puppy likes to draft many different heroes and maybe take not only always take the best choice but the second best choice because people unexpect him or don't counter pick him later, and he likes to play those mind games. So I think that, yeah, Puppy is going to be a good choice and contender for most heroes different picks. So which hero is going to win? Yeah, well, you tell me. We have a 2 times world champion who is not only who's looking to take its first international here. OG Dota played really well in the big tournaments till now. After the last international, they showed what they can do. They won the World Championship twice with both, majors before this, and chances are that they are looking to take the first international win, because they don't have an international win yet. And well, if the curse is to believe, you can't re-win this tournament, and so far nobody in OG has ever won it, which would put them in my prime position. But I'm not gonna make anything up. Look, I'm a fanboy. OG is gonna win in my heart because I think OG is going to win. It's that simple. But for me, the chances are pretty high that OG is going to take this. Team with the most kills in a game. Whew, hard one. So, which team is going to take the most kills in the singular game? Now, I gave the most kills of a single hero to OG, but I do believe that the most kills in a singular game is going to most likely EG. Why do I think that goes to EG? Because EG is really good at playing long games and taking a lot out of them, but sometimes not winning them straight off the bat. So, hey, who knows? EG is probably going to get the most kills in a single game. Highest kill average. Hard. So, I'm considering eHome, OG, and Secret. I think Secret is probably going to take it, but I'm also considering Alliance. No, not for kill average, but I consider Alliance more in this draft in general. I think I'm gonna go give it to OG. Team with the fewest deaths, most likely Secret. Team with the most assists, I guess that is also going to... I don't actually know that. Let's continue for now before I waste my time thinking about this one. Team that wins the longest game, Alliance. Okay, Alliance is back on the radar and they are doing really, really well right now. Alliance has won very long games before, and I think that the longest game in this game will, of course, as I said, again, I think the longest game will be won by Alliance, because Alliance is going to put something on the table, and the enemy will hold it off for a very long time, but then just not be able to finish it. And this is also the game where most of the kills will happen most of the time. When they get the shortest game, Secret, definitely. Secret plays very short games sometimes, and they do this very greatly, and I do trust them that they, if they get into a very short game, win it. The highest game length average, going to eHome. I don't know which Asian team is really the strongest team right now, but if I'm not completely mistaken, eHome is up there, and eHome is a good rising team. They know how to farm, they know how to prepare well for mid and late game, and they play it very consistently, so I think that they will not try to go for anything too crazy in early and mid game. If they know that their strengths are clearly getting to that late game and being consistently good in it, they will probably try to play standard games as much as possible. Team that picks the most different heroes. I told you before this is going to go to Secret. No questions asked. Team that picks the fewest different heroes. Okay. I think also that's going to eHome. No, not eHome, what I'm saying. Actually, is it going to eHome? I think it's going to eHome, yes. Most assists in the game. You know what? I'm going to give this to Team Liquid, because Team Liquid, as I said, has Kuroki, and Kuroki is going to get the most assists in one game. But also because Liquid plays really well, and they have a very nice synergy going on. So chances are they're going to do a few smoke games with 3 or 4 people in many games, and they get a lot of assists in that way. We will know about that after this has been done. So, let's do the heroes. Okay, the highest GPM average is... No, actually, you know what? I don't want to do the heroes. Never mind, I will do the heroes. But the most last hits is going to go to Alchemist. Let's start with, right off the bat with Alchemist. Most kills in a singular game is going to Templar Assassin. I said that before. I think that's a very safe pick. The most banned hero is probably going to be Beastmaster. Nothing has really changed ever since the last major. He's still very strong and often picked. Of course, it could be Earthspirit. Actually, it could be Earthspirit. I think... No, you know what? I'm gonna go with Earthspirit here. Earthspirit is a very strong hero, and people have picked him up more. The most picked hero. Well, I don't really know what heroes are picked at the moment. I'm going to look this up really quickly. I want to know a little bit about that before I make that. So, the most picked heroes at this time is... well, at least the last tournament seems to... let's check. So, the most picked hero. Please, can you load? It doesn't seem to load right now. That's very interesting. Just go with tournament stats then. Let's go with Manila. I want to see what heroes were picked then. Nothing shows up. Well, alright, you know what? Most picked hero. Which hero has always been picked, which hero has always been annoying. I think Lycan has a good chance of getting the most picked hero again. He is a strength pusher. He was pretty well picked last few tournaments. I like last few tournaments I watched 4 or 5 months ago. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't pick now. Here's with the highest win rate. Oof, that is going to baffle me. It's going to be quite arbitrary. So I think Ember Spirit has a good chance of taking it. Barely any players still pick Ember Spirit ever since it has a bit of a nerf. But Ember Spirit tends to win games he has been picked or lose all of them. So either he has a 100% win rate or a 5% win rate. There's nothing in between. I've never seen a tournament where Ember Spirit has 50-50. No, I have seen tournaments with Ember Spirit went 1-9, and I've seen tournaments where Ember Spirit won 9-1. So Ember Spirit is probably the choice for that, just out of bias from previous events. Highest kill average, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna go with Spectre here because that makes sense, right? Highest assist average, I'm not gonna go with Spectre here because that makes sense, right? Spectre is being paid. Chances are she's gonna get a lot of kills everywhere on the map and a lot of assists thanks to her Radiance. Most lowest deaths and average. Oh my god. Slark. If Slark is getting picked in the competitive, and I don't know if he is. He's not gonna die. Highest lasted average. Well, is Alchemist going to be picked 5 times? I think Alchemist is going to be very well picked all 5 times, but let's try it anyway. Highest GPM average. Well, of course this goes to Alchemist. So this is my pricks. Shite. I feel bad now. I feel this is so bad, and I feel that you watched your time and now wasted 40 minutes of your life because you looked at a bad fanboy having no idea about Dota, talking about Dota. But thanks for watching my 60-minute rambling about what I predict and why I predicted. I hope this time is not like a video somebody else made, because it isn't. I'm just joking. I have not really watched any videos so far about this, so I hope that you are satisfied this time, and please don't tell me I'm trying to fake something. I'm gonna be very honest here. Last time it was inspired, yes, because I've seen other videos and it has biased me, but because many of them said the same thing, I choose to do it too. And they went wrong. But this time it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. See you next time. My name is Mav. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.